Okay, we're live now.
All right, students, welcome to the Hangout for compiler class. We are here with Chao as well as Yuhong for our Hangout. We decided to move this a little bit early because it was getting very late for those who are outside of US, especially some who are joining from Africa and other continents. So hopefully this is not too bad, and we'll try to stick to this particular time going forward. So I hope all of you are pacing the schedule well and doing well on your um, assignments, especially as you know, 3 4 days we have our checkpoint for part one of the project. So make sure your grammar and everything is going through properly. And saw some questions about LL1, how to make the change. It is possible to change the grammar. Chow will be putting some hints, but there are only few productions which should be rewritten, and you are allowed to go beyond left factoring just for those. So if you are already managed to do it, that's great. If not, look out for some hints from Chow, and then go ahead and do that. I think so. We want you to be on track because there's a good bit of work involved in the semantic analysis, IR code generation, and we need to finish that on time. So that is why this checkpoint. Another announcement is we'll be assigning homework 2 today, which will be due due as per the pacing schedule, and make sure you account for some time for that as well. Third and most important, I hope you're reading the book as well, not just watching the videos. And it is very important to read and understand the concept, and also go over the examples and also solve some examples. We don't have a way to really give you these solutions to those, but you're welcome to post it and cross-check and with other students to see if you've gotten the problems right. Other than that, I don't have much to add. In terms of the grading of your homework and so on, which is what the TAs will make some announcements. So Chao and Yuhong, go ahead and make some announcements, whatever you want to say.
Okay, Yuhong, you come first.
Yep. So for homework one, I am grading it right now. I will release the grades for homework one as soon as possible. Yep. That's all I have.
Yuhong, any kind of timeline you can give? Some next week?
Yeah, I think before next Friday. I finish grading homework one.
Before end of next week, okay.
Or end of next week.
Thank you.
Okay, from my part, I will just post the hint in about 1 hour after the office hour. And okay, as Professor, I think I needed to discuss with you about for the checkpoint. Do we need to give some points for the like grading stuff for the checkpoint submission, or just a simple checkpoint?
No, so we won't be awarding any points. Just give them comments, okay?
Okay.
That looks like you're behind, looks like you're done well, looks like it is not, you have finished it, but it's not fully working, that kind of comment.
Okay.
Give some feedback like that.
Okay.
But no points. We are going to grade everything at the end, and that's what we will do.
Okay, so generally for the checkpoint stuff, you're supposed to finish the grammar. I mean, you have translated grammar to LL1 and put it into the Antler, so can generate the lexer and the parser successfully. So generally, if you have finished this part, you can print, give a Tiger program, you can print out its tokens and the token, the token type, something like this. So there is no semantic analysis, there is no AI generation is required.
No. So whatever is there on the part 1, they're supposed to complete it, and they should be passing many tests, most of the test cases, and that part should be working well.
Yeah.
Okay, so post some test cases as well, and give some guidelines of what are you looking for in terms of, let's say 90% of the test cases should be completed, etc. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And part 1 is what we are looking for, which is lexical analysis and parsing, changing the grammar to LL1 and so on.
Okay, no problem.
All right, and give detailed comments. That is what is important.
Okay.
So the idea here is that we would like you to finish this part 1 and get it in a robust, good, pretty much final shape. We'll still allow you to continue working on it. So we are not going to cut you off and give you a grade for that. And finally, the grade will be given on the submission for phase 1 of which is on the due date, February 5th, I think March 5th or something like that, whatever is the due date. Right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Any other clarifications? Anything else you need to announce?
Okay, no more from my side.
No more.
Okay. Are there any things which we need to visit or any questions or anything like that?
No questions from Piazza.
All right.
Yeah, I think the most of the questions is about how to removing the left recursion and something like that. I will give them hints after the office hour.
Thank you. Okay, I see Paul here as well as Dipendra. And if you guys have any questions, welcome to the Hangout. I hope this time works out a little better for you, Paul. Not sure if Paul is able to hear us. We can't hear him. He's muted, I guess. Dipendra, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hi, Professor.
So do you have any questions or any clarifications?
Yeah, regarding LL1 parser, grammar, there is discussion going on in Piazza. So I have the same question, like because the Antler 4 supports non-LL grammar as well, and it corrects that. So the question was there. So maybe you can explain a little bit more about the requirement. So it needs to be explicitly LL1 grammar, right?
Yes. So what we want you guys to do is, although Antler has an ability to internally deal with non-LL1 and in fact quite well beyond it, in fact dynamic LL1 and all this, we want this to be a nice exercise on how to rewrite a grammar, because eventually, as we will see, the efficiency of the parser will really depend on if the grammar is LL1. In other words, if it has to just get one token at a time and be able to predict the right rule, it will be super fast and super efficient. So in a practical design setting, converting the grammar to LL1 has lots and lots of advantages in terms of speed of parsing. So That is why we are asking you guys to do it. And it's not very difficult. There are just few non-LL1 parts to this. Some rules are leading to the grammar being not LL1. And if you focus on it, find out the cause of why the second token is needed to parse carefully and rewrite that. You may have to go beyond left factoring, which is standard technique to remove the non-LL1 parts. You may have to go beyond it, but this will be a nice exercise to be able to analyze the grammar by hand, find out and change it so that the second token is not really needed. And Chao is going to put few hints. Let's go ahead and start analyzing the constructs which are leading to non-LL1 type of things. You may want to take help from Antler to debug it where it is failing to be LL1, or you can actually just use some of these hints and also analyze it yourself, which is not, this is not a very big grammar. So, and the hints will tell you which productions have a problem. So that is why we want this to be LL1, because again, the parser will be super efficient if the grammar is written properly as LL1.
Okay.
So that's the reason.
And for the deliverable for Monday, so we need to provide the parser and some report, right? So do we need to like put some specific tests to certify that, or printing is enough?
So your own tests you should include and some small documentation that this particular thing is testing it this way and so on. And then Chao is going to put some tests too and use those as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So folks, now we should. Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I was not able to hear you earlier at all. So that's why I think there was some problem. So I was just asking that, is this time working out better for you?
Yes, much better.
Thank you. So I'm glad that we were able to move the time, because I know that it's very late for you there. And hopefully this is going to be 2 hours before it was. So that's good. So how is the project and everything going? I think again we lost you probably.
I'm so sorry. I'm having a few internet problems.
Oh, no problem. No problem. We understand.
What stated was that I've been posting questions to the TAs on Piazza, and I've got feedback. So
We couldn't hear him at all, I guess. Big problem in the internet. Looks like, Paul, we cannot hear you at all. This must be some big problem in the internet. We could barely hear any word that you had said, but if you have any questions, you can type it on the group chat, and the TAs can repeat it, and then we can answer it. But if everything is going okay, then that's not a problem. I just wanted to be sure that if you have any questions. And the TAs are going to post some more test cases and some hints for the grammar to make it LL1. And I guess you will have this recording anyway of what we have. So.
okay, I really apologize again. I just have my question is concerning the semantic analysis. Are we going to be using ANTLR again? That's all I have to ask for today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now we could hear you, Paul, very clearly. So the idea here is to build some tree traversal as per the guidelines in the project description. They're not really to do with ANTLR, but once the trees produce, there are a couple of tree utilities which we are going to use to walk the tree and to do the semantic analysis. Those are given. Chow, you want to say something further on that, about those utilities?
The utility?
The tree walking. I think his question is semantic analysis. What are we going to use for semantic analysis, or the sort of are we going to stick to ANTLR? So.
Okay. Actually, the ANTLR will help us to build the lesson parser, and the output of the ANTLR is the parser, the C code or Java code for parser. But this parser, they have like a data structure is to represent the parsed trees. So normally, when even you writing, assuming you're writing the parser or Lexa by yourself, you are trying to building parsing tree based from the program. But when the ANTLR output the parser code, it will have a built-in data structure. So when you do the semantic analysis, the input to this analysis should be the parser tree. If you're writing the parser by yourself, the parser tree is kind of data structure defined by yourself. But we are now using the ANTLR, so you are working on the data structure provided by ANTLR. That's the general. So I think there is a documentation about how to traverse that tree provided by ANTLR. And when you do the semantic analysis or the AI code generation, you're just writing code, just like following the data structure. Just writing your Java code and traverse that tree to get the information, the information you need from the tree.
Right, great. So in our case, in short, we will be traversing the parse tree, which is generated by the parser, and there are tree traversal utilities, functions, which we'll be using for going doing the traversal. Refer to the document, project document, which also has links to the tree traversal utility as well. And Yuhong, you have anything further to add? You having done it last semester?
Yep. So most specifically, the Antler 4 provided the parse tree walkers and the listener base class. So basically, what you have to do at the semantic analysis step, you have to define your own, like a listener, whatever you want to call it, and pass this. Use the parsed tree walker provided by Antler with this listener to do the semantic analysis.
Great. Thank you so much, Yuhong and Chao. And I hope, Paul, you were able to hear us. If not, at least this recording will be offline available. And so you should be good to go. Looks like you finished your parsing and all that, and you're ready to go for the next stage, which is great.
Yes, I'm actually almost done with up to, I think, section 2.4, which is the lexical, the lexa and the parser. So those parts are almost done. So I'm actually looking forward starting on the semantic analysis.
Great. That should be a lot of fun. And concurrently, I guess you should pace the lessons and attribute grammars and semantic analysis, which will give you the theoretical side of the thing, that how are we analyzing, how are we walking the trees, how are we sort of keeping the information, and so on. So that should give you some nice insight into how to build a tree walker and all this.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
I just sent a link for the listener, for the documentation about the listener.
Thank you. Yeah, it's on the group chat for the Hangout. In the recording, is the chat also recorded, Chao and Yuhong?
I don't think chat is recorded, but I will just post it into the announcement.
Yeah, go ahead and do it in the Piazza, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So any other questions? If not, I'll mute myself and I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.
Chao and Yuhong, I have to excuse myself.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, yeah, I have to excuse to catch up with you on Piazza.
What's that?
Oh, I have to excuse myself. I hope I'll catch up with you on Piazza, or any questions that I may have, I'll just post them on Piazza.
Sure, sure.
Okay, sure. Take your time. Hey, Dipendra. Are you at USA or?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Are you from USA or from other part?
I am from Oracle. So Bay Area.
Oh, what's the time there?
It is 11:48 a.m.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's not a problem for me. I think Paul is from South Africa, I guess. So that's why
Yeah.
yeah, it will be late to have that starting 4:15 EDD. So this time maybe good for him.
Oh, can I ask you how did you learn this program, like the online program from Georgia Tech?
This is my first semester, so yeah, there's after long years starting again is a big problem because things are rusty and the habit is also changed, right? So now I need to study more.
So when you apply this program, do you need the GRE or TOEFL scores?
Not really. So I got exemption for that. So I didn't need to do TOEFL also.
Oh, so it's also no GRE requirement.
Yeah, for this OMSCS GRE is not required, but TOEFL is required if you are international candidate, and for citizen and green card holder, US citizen and green card holder, TOEFL is exempted.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, this in this semester I chose AOS and this compiler, and I dropped from AOS because I was not able to manage the time. Lots and lots of reading, so not possible with work, right? So
you mean the advanced operating system?
Yes.
Yeah, that has a lot of reading.
Yeah.
How many credits do you need to take?
Yeah, I dropped from this, so now I have only compiler, and I because this is not the core subject, so I need to take 2 core subjects in upcoming session because of this requirement, right? In the first year, you have to get B, minimum B, for at least 2 core subjects. Yeah, I had to choose either AOS or compiler. Then I decided to drop from AOS.
Personally, I think compiler is a little bit. This course is a little bit easier than the OS course, especially the advanced operating system.
Yeah, it's more about coding, so I'm comfortable with that. But still, I need to read a lot.
Yeah, this one, like, you have some coding. Actually, the concept is easy to understand. But for the advanced operating system, you are touches a bunch of different concepts.
Yeah,
some paper is really some paper is really old, and some paper also is very touch very low level stuff. So if you don't have some skills on the programming a tiny operating system, you haven't take undergraduate courses about operating system, you need to implement a small kernel to learning about a scheduler, the memory management, and something like else. Even I feel like some of paper is really hard to understand. Even when I come to Georgia Tech at the first year to taking that class, just I'm lost. I'm totally lost, to be frankly.
Oh, so you are a regular student, right? Not from OMSCS.
It's not from OMSCS, but it's on campus course. But actually, the on campus course, I think it have the same material as the OMSCS, exactly same thing. Yeah, and we read about 52 papers, 50-some papers, and some paper is really hard to understand. But you will find that it is very useful after years.
Yeah. Yeah, being in class is good. You can socialize.
Yeah, yeah. If we want to, I don't think. I don't know. Just at the beginning, when I taken the class, I didn't feel the class is so important. But after like 3 years now, I just feel that some concepts introduced there is very important. Actually, it's very popular. Actually,
Yeah.
but it's really difficult. Not very easy to understand.
Yeah. True. So how many instructor we have? TA we have for compiler course. This compiler course. I guess
For each semester, we have two.
two. Okay.
Yeah.
And this compiler course is available for all 3 semester within a year, or it is only summer or spring?
I think before it is spring and fall. I think this summer should be offered too.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, actually, I have a question. So for the OMSCS program, do you have like a time limit to finish this program, or you can just follow your own schedule? Like,
I think 6 years maximum time.
oh, okay, yeah, it's pretty long time.
Yeah, and there is restriction, so you can take only 3 subjects. That is 9 credits per year. So 2 summer and spring, and winter. I think I don't know. So 1, 2, 2. I think total 5, right? Yeah, 5, 15 credits per year
Oh,
maximum.
But okay, but how many credits you need in totally?
30 credits.
30. Oh.
So yeah, if you take 2, 2, 1, 5 papers per year, then you can finish within 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to cover 10 subjects. That would be like 30 credits. So regarding this until LR traversing, right? So we have listener and visitor, right? Either way is fine, or we need to use listener only.
you need to use both.
Both. Okay.
Yep.
So for the homework one, so when and what time the result will be published? I mean, in the Canvas.
By the end of next week, I'm working on it right now.
Oh, okay. And what about the next homework? I think there are 4, right, total?
I think that next homework will be released tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, seems we have. I'm out. So let's stop here today. Bye, Yuhong.
拜拜。